Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss about two important compounds, ethanol and acetic acid. Okay. So let us first start with the ethanol. So let us first discuss the physical properties of ethanol. Ethanol is liquid at room temperature, very first property, and it is just like water. Just like water appears to us, ethanol also appears like water only. Okay, and ethanol is also commonly called alcohol. Okay, because it is the active ingredient of all the alcoholic drinks. Okay, it is a very good solvent, and so it is used in medicine just like tincture of iodine. What is tincture of iodine? Iodine is the dispersed phase in this, and alcohol or ethanol is the dispersion medium. So this is tincture of iodine. It is a medicine. In cough syrup also we use this, and in many tonics also to some extent we use alcohol. Now this is soluble in water in all proportions. Okay, consumption of small quantities of dilute ethanol causes drunkenness. So if somebody consumes ethanol, then it causes drunkenness. It is a very bad thing and it is socially condemned. Okay, it is not at all accepted. It is not a very good thing. It is very bad thing. Okay. Now, however, if somebody consumes pure ethanol is called absolute alcohol. Pure ethanol means 100% pure ethanol. That is called absolute alcohol. And if somebody consumes pure ethanol or absolute alcohol, then he will die. Okay, so it means in all these alcoholic drinks there is little percentage of this which causes drunkenness. Okay, and if somebody consumes these type of alcoholic drinks for long term, then it will lead to so many health problems. Okay, so it should be avoided. Now let us discuss the chemical properties of ethanol. First of all, how it reacts with sodium. So sodium is the reactive metal. Sodium reacts with ethanol and there is liberation of hydrogen gas, and the compound which is formed along with this is called sodium ethoxide. Okay, so what happens in this reaction? From alcohol hydrogen goes out. Which hydrogen will go out? Which is bonded to oxygen. That will go out in the form of hydrogen gas, and rest of the part will attach with sodium. Okay, now the important reaction is dehydration of ethanol. Now see, what do we mean by D? When D is written, it means removal of. Hydration means water. Hydrated or hydration means water. So dehydration means such process in which there is loss of water. So if we perform dehydration reaction with ethanol, then it forms ethene. What happens now? See, ethanol we can write like this. It is the chain of two carbon atoms. Each carbon is bonded 4 times. First carbon is bonded with 3 hydrogens. Another carbon is bonded like this. Okay. So what happens? From one carbon OH group goes out, and from the second carbon one hydrogen goes out. Okay, and then there is formation of double bond between these two carbons, and these two carbons are left out with two hydrogens each. So there is formation of CH2 double bond CH2 ethene, and water is also formed. Okay, now let us discuss how alcohol affects living beings. Just like we discussed now earlier that it causes drunkenness. Okay, so let us discuss few more things. When large quantities of ethanol are consumed, it tends to slow metabolic process and to depress the central nervous system. So what happens when we consume alcohol at large amount, then it directly attacks our CNS. What is CNS? Central nervous system. So alcohol should not be consumed. Okay. What it results? It results in lack of coordination. It results in mental confusion. It causes drowsiness. Okay. It causes lowering of the normal inhibition. Okay. And finally, stupor. Okay. The individual may feel relaxed but does not realize that his sense of judgment, sense of timing, muscular coordination, these all are in the bad form. Okay. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that one may feel after drinking that he is looking very nice, but he doesn't realize that he is looking the most stupid fellow of the world. Okay, so what we should do? We should not consume alcohol. Okay, now unlike ethanol, if somebody takes methanol even in very small quantity, then it will cause death. Okay, if methanol is consumed, then it is surely going to cause death only. Okay, how it causes death now? See, what is the mechanism? Methanol, when consumed, it oxidizes to methanol in the liver. Okay, then methanol reacts with the components of the cell. One of the component of cell is protoplasm. So it reacts with protoplasm and it solidifies. It coagulation means just like we take a raw egg and we boil it, then boiled egg is the coagulated form of egg. Similarly, protoplasm will get coagulated. Okay, and then what is going to happen? Our cell will damage. Okay, when the cell damages, it means our body will also fail to coordinate and we will die. Okay, now methanol also affects the optic nerve, causing blindness. So optical nerves are also affected by methanol. Okay, and one more property of ethanol is that it is a very important industrial solvent. It is a very good solvent. Now one more thing, what do we know by denatured alcohol? When we want to prevent the misuse of ethanol, then what is done? We add some poisonous material, just like we can add little amount of methanol because it is poisonous in nature. So when we add little amount of methanol in ethanol, then it becomes unfit for drinking purposes. Okay, it becomes unfit for drinking purposes. Now what happens because of that? Because of that, nobody will drink it. Okay, and so it will be used for industrial purpose only. Okay, and sometimes what we do, we add some color so that it appears colorful, and colorful appearance tells us that it is only for industrial use, it is not to be consumed. Okay, so such particular alcohol in which we add some poisonous material and it becomes unfit for drinking purposes is called denatured alcohol. Now it comes to power alcohol. Now what do we mean by power alcohol? Power alcohol means when we use alcohol as a fuel, then it is called power alcohol. Okay, now what we do, we take gasoline 80% gasoline and we mix it with 20% of ethanol. This mixture can be used as fuel for automobiles and this is called power alcohol. Okay, so why do we do it? Because in India there is too much crop of this sugarcane plants are grown in a large amount in India, so they can produce ethanol very properly, and in case that ethanol can be used as a fuel, then it will put less pressure on our fuel like petrol. Okay, so there are so many efforts going on then that how can we increase the percentage of alcohol in our fuel which can be used. Okay, so such fuel is called power alcohol. Okay, now let us move towards properties of ethanoic acid. Not properties. Okay, let us come to next is ethanoic acid. Okay, ethanoic acid, it is also known as acetic acid. Okay, it is also known as acetic acid. Now its formula is CH3COOH. Now if you see this is the functional group in this functional group is for carboxylic acid. It means ethanoic acid or acetic acid is a member of carboxylic acid family. Okay, so now ethanoic acid is commonly called acetic acid also, and it belongs to a group of acids called carboxylic acids. 5 to 8% solution of acetic acid in water is called vinegar. Now see, vinegar is the most used component in our kitchen. Okay, in all the pickles it is used as preservative. So what is vinegar? It is 5 to 8% solution of acetic acid in water. Okay, what does it mean? It means that if we take 5 gram of acetic acid and 95 gram of water and we mix it, then it becomes vinegar. Okay, now melting point. Now one more important property is here. Acetic acid is also known as glacial acetic acid. So why this glacial word comes from glacier? What are glaciers? You know, they are in frozen state. Okay, ice is there. So why it is called glacial acetic acid? Now see, melting point of pure ethanoic acid is 290 Kelvin, and hence it often freezes during winter. Whenever it is cold season, then what happens? It freezes and it looks like ice or like a glacier, like glaciers look. So because of this appearance, it is called glacial acetic acid. Okay, now unlike mineral acids like HCl, which are completely ionized, carboxylic acids are weak acids. Okay, now one more thing we have to learn. Acids are of two types, weak acids and strong acids. Now to which category carboxylic acids belong? They belong to weak acid category. Okay, now what do we mean by weak acid or strong acid? All these compounds, they show their acidic behavior because of the ions formed. Okay, now ions are formed after ionization. They will undergo ionization and they will form ions. Now if a particular acid can ionize completely, then called strong acid, and if an acid cannot ionize completely, then it is called weak acid. Okay, so ethanoic acid do not ionize completely. If there are 100 molecules of ethanoic acid, then all 100 molecules will not ionize and they will not form all the ions, or it may be the case that only 20 or 30 ionize and others remain as it is. Okay, so what we will say? We will say that it is a weak acid. Okay, now let us understand with the help of an activity. Now we want to see the chemical properties of acetic acid. Okay, so in this activity we are going to understand the formation of ester, or we say this reaction is esterification. Esterification means the process of formation of ester. Okay, so now see what we did. We took a test tube and in that we took 1 ml of ethanol and we added 1 ml of glacial acetic acid, and then few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid are also added in this. Then what we did, we started warming it. We don't boil it directly, we warm it on the water bath. So what is water bath? We took a beaker. In that beaker we have taken water and we started heating the beaker containing water, and we kept the test tube which contains our reaction mixture inside it. Okay, so what happens, this becomes hot first and it gives its hotness to the contents of the test tube, and then there is chemical reaction and a new substance is formed. Okay, now we are going to check whether a new substance has formed or no. So what we are going to do, we will take a beaker in which we will take little amount of water, and then we are going to pour this liquid inside the test tube into that. Suppose we observe sweet smelling liquid, then it means there is formation of ester. Okay, so sweet smelling liquids are esters. Okay, now let us come to reactions or chemical properties of ethanoic acid. So first of all, this activity which we did, it is called esterification reaction, means there is formation of an ester. Okay, now what is the functional group of esters? It is COO. Okay, if we write like this, COO, then this is the functional group of esters. Okay, now ester is formed by putting little amount of acid in a mixture of alcohol and carboxylic acid. So here we have taken this ethanoic acid and this ethanol. Okay, so what will happen now? See, from ethanol H will go out and from here OH will go out. These two will combine to form water. Now this CH3CO, it can be written like this, CH3CO. Okay, with this whole group will attach. So which atom will attach? O will attach. O, CH2, CH3, this will attach and this ester will be formed. This is the ester. Okay, now see, since these esters are sweet smelling substances, so they are used in making perfumes and also as flavoring agents, where we have to get some flavor, there also we use it. Okay, now second reaction is saponification reaction. Now what is saponification? Saponification word comes from soap. So such a reaction in which there is formation of soap, that is called saponification reaction. So in general, the formula of soap is RCOONA. This is the formula of soap. Okay, so here R means alkyl group. What is alkyl group? Alkyl group contains one hydrogen less than alkane. Okay, just like you know, there is methane. Methane formula is CH4. So if I take CH3, then it will be alkyl group. And what will be its name? Methyl. Okay, so what we do in saponification reaction, we heat this ester with alkali. What is alkali? Here we have taken NaOH, sodium hydroxide. So with sodium hydroxide, this combines and it forms this sodium salt of carboxylic acid and alcohol. So here this breaks from here just like this way. From here it will break. C2H5 will attach itself with OH. It will form C2H5OH, and CH3COO, this will combine with Na to form this compound CH3COONA. Okay, and in general this is the form of soap. Okay, now reaction with a base. Okay, now here we are going to discuss the reaction of which compound? Ethanoic acid. We are going to see the reaction of ethanoic acid with base. Okay, in case of saponification, what was there? Reaction was with base, but reaction was of ester. Okay, now in this case reaction is of carboxylic acid and is with base. So what happens? From the base OH comes out and from the acid H comes out. they form H2O and Na gets attached with CH3COO and it forms CH3COO Na. Okay, so this is the reaction which occurs with base. So what we can say, that when carboxylic acid reacts with base, it forms its sodium salt and water gets out. Okay, now next comes a reaction with carbonates and hydrogen carbonate. Now this is a very important, very good activity. What we do in this case, this metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate, these are white salts. These are all white salts. So what we do, we take a test tube. In that we take either sodium carbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, and these are white salts. And now we put acetic acid. Okay, as soon as we put acetic acid, there is evolution of gas. Which gas is evolved? Carbon dioxide gas is evolved. Okay, and what is left out inside? Sodium salt of carboxylic acid, sodium methanoate. Okay, so this is left out. This reaction is for production of carbon dioxide gas. Okay, now whatever we have discussed, on the basis of that you have to solve these home assignments. Okay, thank you.